In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for this season of Advent. Thank you for modern technology, and thank you for letting us be here today and help us do well. So, Holy Spirit, amen. Okay, so today I'd like to go over a little bit um, of the relationship between Mary and Jesus at Christ's birth, which Advent is leading up to. So, Mary is the new Eve. She is conceived without sin. And so the conditions that plague the rest of humanity since Adam and Eve, our first parents, do not apply to her. So she has an unfallen intellect, an unfallen will. So as the new Eve in the New Testament, she, in Mary, womanhood is perfected. In a deeper sense, her womb is the sacred vessel, the tabernacle, where Jesus is carried for 9 months. But the actual birth, because Mary is without sin, there was no pain in the deliverance of Christ, from the womb. And this I already knew about, but a few days ago, our theology teacher went over this more in depth, and the professor pretty much took us a little bit deeper into that. And so I'd like to share that with you all because I think it helps with a better understanding of Christmas, of the birth of Christ. So Mary remained a virgin during the birth of Christ. Okay. So she was a virgin spiritually and bodily. Mary's body remained wholly intact. When Christ was born, he passed from Mary's womb to the outside world, and church fathers have described it, similar to being as sunlight passing through glass. And the reason for this, the reason for the Catholic, the Christian belief in this, is it doesn't make sense that God, who preserved Mary from all sin, would allow her bodily integrity to be tainted at the birth of Christ. This explains why she had no active labor pains at the physical birth of Christ, although she would eventually have labor pains in a spiritual sense, not a physical sense. And this comes much later on in Jesus' life during his passion. Spiritually, Mary, our mother, had active labor pains at the foot of the cross when Jesus pretty much gives her over to John and John to her, and this symbolizes it symbolizes Mary becoming the mother of humanity, and so that's that relationship between John and Mary from then on that Jesus institutes while he's dying, while he's hanging from the cross. So I think that's just an interesting little snippet there for you to kind of think about eventually what Mary spiritually would really be confronting later on in her life. Although at the beautiful moment of Christ's birth, she did not actually have active labor pains because she was spotless. She was sinless. She was the new on falling Eve. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say right now. So thanks, guys.